Hello guys, here's Legacy Card Gaming, and today we have Antoine Schwarz. It's Antoine. He reached the top 64 of this year's German Nationals. And what did you play?
Burning Abyss.
And why? You have a reason for it?
Because it's like the only deck in the format that doesn't really break.
That's it?
Yeah, other decks were just inconsistent. Like Cherry's like a weakness game 2 and 3, but like you can win enough games with like not bricking to where it doesn't like matter enough to not play the deck.
Okay. Let's see your deck.
It's pretty standard. It's like pure BA, so no Phantom Knights, 3 Scum, 3 Farfa. Like this is essential because like the high BA count is essential in a deck like this, and yes, 3 Farfa is just like this deck has big troubles getting over monsters with like over 2500, so you have to play 3 to like remove and go for damage because that's like your main win condition. Then 2 of these guys, because these are like BAs that like actually do something when you send them off Beatrice, so you have to play 2 of them. Then yeah, 2 of this standard is like relevant against like when you summon like Tour Guide against Monarchs, because they can like Stormfort or Kuras, one of your monsters, so you can like still make a Dante. Or if you have Beatrice and they like Whaler your Tour Guide or something, you can like still play and make a new XE. Yeah, and this like the best card in the deck. This also relevant. Like you could play another BA, but like in the mirror match or something, Virgil can be relevant. So yeah, why not? And Tour Guide, of course, 1 Crane and Ron Rhino. So this were like the normal sum monsters. Like I only played one of these. This card's like good, it's like increase your good mills, but like essentially it doesn't do like much because it's like an any BA, but it isn't like a BA in your deck, so it doesn't do much.
Yeah, it's also get hurt by Whaler, so
yeah, it has a lot of weaknesses, right? And it's like not the real resource, so I think 1 is enough because you have like plays to get it with this, or like you can like with Beatrice send this to like see what they make and then send the BA you want in a new chain to like outplay things, and this is just like good because it does something like you can revive 1 more C or whatever, so you have more things to do in a game. And then these cards, obviously, like you draw this, obviously you draw this mod and you draw this, but like it's fine. And this is just the best card. Like it's okay against Cosmo, but it's like mostly against Monarchs, because if you draw this card, you just OTK them. And the mirror match is also really good.
That's really great.
And then these, obviously, like you don't play traps, so this like kind of your trap lineup. Because like everyone wants to go first, and like this is just the best card in my eyes at the moment, and this card's like the only good card if Monarchs go first, because like you can't do shit if they like open everything, so this you wait the idea and then you just OTK them.
Okay.
And then one of this, like this was the 40th card, but I decided for this because this like fruits up 1 side deck slot, so we will see after. But the card is like essentially it's good against everything but against Monarchs, but they're still good. If they play like the domain version, you can just like tribute away their monster, or you can tribute away a fiend, so it's fine. And 3 of these is like staple. It's
staple.
Yeah, German Nationals, a lot of antimatter decks. So yeah, this and this. Like I can't understand how people can play these cards. These are just the best cards in this deck, because they're like the only big problem are the big monsters like Monarchs. The real problem are the 28 guys, and you just like at one point in the game you will just like draw 1 of these, clear their field, make like 5,000 damage, and then you like win essentially. This is staple. This just like it's like pretty much the same reason as Crane, because it just gives you like more plays you can do in the game.
Yeah, so you can grab out the maxis in the way that's what you
yeah, you can like mill Huntress first turn or something, so you have just more plays in the game to do. And the last card was Break Skills, like the only trap, because you can send it off Beatrice, because like essentially if you have Beatrice on the field, you have only 1 play, this is Scarm in the graveyard, but this just gives you another option, and it's like solves many problems the deck has. You can like negate fiends, you can bait out the pilots with Cosmo, you can like negate Beatrice,
also
Aether, stuff like that. It's just like all the relevant things this card just handles.
Okay.
Yeah, and
40 cards, I think.
Yeah, 40 cards. No upstart, because like damage is really relevant in this deck, so you can play upstart.
Understandable.
Yeah, then 3 of these, like mainly to side out in the mirror match, but yeah, it's like standard. These are like if you go first against Cosmo, or like the crazy Synchro and FDK deck, you just play this auto win, or against Cosmo if they like cherry you can just play this card and like still hope
to win the game. Condition after getting cherried.
Right, it's like the only out's Cosmojo, so you can still hope to win the game. Yeah, then second of these, as I said, I would have played 2 in the side deck, but I just
Okay.
moved 1 to the main because it's just overall a good card. Instead, I played this
Okay,
because
why?
I just won 1 more card for Monarch, and this card just says you remove up to 5 cards in any player's graveyard, so you can remove like their EDR idols, all their primes, all their Monarch spells. So it's like kind of a win condition because they can't do shit after. Like usually you will like play out the game and they will have like 1 or 2 cards in hand in like a full graveyard, so we'll lose afterwards because they like get everything back. With this card just clears all the things that could stop you, so you win the game. And this card obviously against like Monarchs, if you go first, like this is like better than Mask kind of, because Mask they can just out it with the level 5 exceed, because like obviously the Monarch, the XYZ Monarchs like better, and also if you have Mace they can still like activate like Pentism and draw the Twin Twister, whereas if you have this they just have to have the out immediately, otherwise you just
When does
lose.
it say this card?
Huh?
Also when you go second or just when you go first?
Just when I go first, and also against Pendulum, because
Yeah.
like Pendulum, if you like have this, they can play scale, so you
Okay.
just win the game. And also you can like with the Care Cap guy, I place 2 of these, so you
Okay,
can just
yeah.
bounce their back rows and then just make damage and OTK them. And I played 2 Full House and 2 Trap Sun. I want to play 3 of these, but Friday before the event, I ran around and everyone was saying like, oh, they play Chainburn, and everyone was about Chainburn. I don't know why. So I just decided to have a card against Chainburn, so I just don't auto lose. If I don't draw a Twin Twister, it was just kind of like a thing. I didn't want to lose to like a random deck. And the last card was this. Obviously, if you like go first in the mirror match, you just make Beatrice, send this, and then you win the game because they can't do shit. And yeah, that's,
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's pretty
just
much it.
The
All the
reason,
monsters become
the
level
most of
2.
the reason should be Beatrice, I think.
Yeah. And yeah, extra decks,
Oh,
just
good
3
stuff.
Dante, 3 Beatrice. Like,
Why?
3 is like just mandatory. It's like your main reason. It's like if I could, I would play 4 Beatrice and like 2 Dante, because this you can like always loop it, revive
Yeah.
it, recycle, and this is just like the card you always want to have in your extra deck. Also against Monarchs, like you just play 1 Beatrice, and like if they use their first Stormfort, like you either you have Alec under it, so you can negate the Monarch, or you
yeah,
you just Farfa the Beatrice, because then like 1 Stormfort's already gone and you still have the Beatrice. That's like essentially the thing is, so you can just switch in an attack and then you just bait out the Stormfort immediately, but because otherwise you just ram into the Monarch, you get the Pilgrim guy, which I play 2 of, and you can just like double or make Seer revive the Dante, make another Beatrice, so 3 is like really essential. You go to 3 really fast, and this is like also essential because if like 1 is gone, you would have to like put it back in the extra deck, but you want to like grab back your like your Seer so fast, so you have more things to do.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah, and this because I play Rubik, and also it's just like relevant sometimes if you crash like a Beatrice.
It's
And then
also,
the
I think
rest-
it's also relevant when you get Chariot, so you have a win condition.
Yeah,
of the
you have
Rubik,
like
it's just one more win condition.
yeah,
because
you
Chariot
can
is
just do something.
devastating.
Yeah. Then 2 of these
Why 2?
because like I had space and like I could also play like these cards, but instead I decided to go for like the second one and this. So like this was against the anti-meta decks. I needed 2 in top 64. You can just make like 1 or 2 first turn, and then you have it's 28 defense, so they have a really hard time getting over it. So it's really good. And like this card's just in a mirror match. If they send like the mischief, you can like make this card, and then the says it can't like be destroyed by battle or something. And after the battle, you can return the monster it battles to the hand. So you can just crash into the Beatrice, get some damage, and then you return the Beatrice, so you don't like auto lose. And then like this standard for damage, of course. This is like obvious, and this for Cosmo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did you play pure BAs and not the Phantom Knight stuff?
Like the thing with the Phantom Knight is firstly they break, so this deck kind of like loses the reason why I play it, because it doesn't break. They kind of give you more plays, but the problem was like against Monarch, the Phoenix Chain's really good, but I thought like all the good players were playing the Frost Blast card anyway, so they do mostly just have 1 back row and they pop it away and they still go off, and then you have no plays because you like break or have like weird hands sometimes. So I thought like pure BA was better because you also have more BAs, as I said, to like have more
more
resources
BS
in
in
the
hand,
deck.
it's never breaks. You just need to go for
You have more
Dante,
plays,
so you
right.
don't break.
Yeah.
So that's it. You want to say something before we enter deck profile?
Yeah, I want to shout out my team, Legacy Card Gaming, of course. They helped me testing and prepare for the event, and like shout outs to all my friends from Cologne. Yeah, that's
Okay,
it.
Thank you, Antoine.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks.